Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I am going to discuss about the WebDriverIO. This is my first video of WebDriverIO series. So in this video, I will give you basic introduction of the WebDriverIO, and then I will show you how we kick start the with the WebDriverIO. So this is the WebDriverIO, which is for web application as well as the mobile based application automation framework for the Node.js. So we need to use the Node.js to write the test in the WebDriverIO. So here a test in the real environment, we can execute the browser mobile devices, versatile and feature rich. So it's provide you the options WebDriverIO to full E2E or unit and component testing in the browser. There is a auto wait features are available based on the web standard, right? So for the cross browser support via the automation, we can run the WebDriverIO test on multiple browsers. Native mobile supports run WebDriverIO on real mobile devices, smart TVs, or other IoT devices through APM. Community, it has a large community, okay, which has over 8K members and rich ecosystem of community maintained by the plugins. Okay, so if we start, so let's go to the get started option. Here first we need to install the Node.js in our system. Okay, so let's first install the Node.js because Node.js needed for the WebDriverIO. So Node.js for Windows, click on here. So I'm going to download the Windows MSI. So this is the 32 and 64-bit, both we have. Others for Linux as well as the Mac system. Okay, so click 64-bit to download. You can see download is started. Okay, once download will complete, just click on the download. So this is already I downloaded. So let me click on this. Now click on next, accept the condition, click on the next. By default, it will install in under the C program files Node.js folder. We can change also if needed, but I am going to leave this as a default location. Click on the next, click on next, next, and click on install button. Yes. Okay, click on finish button. So Node.js module installed successfully in the system. If we want to check the version, just open the command prompt, click here and check the version. Like this is the node version. So this is the latest version 18.18.2. The version number which shows after the node is installed. Now our Node.js is ready to start with the WebDriverIO. So initiative a WebDriverIO setup. To add a full WebDriverIO setup, existing new project, WebDriverIO started toolkit run. Okay, so there is some set of libraries and all those things it will start. If you are in the root directory of existing project, run these command. I have one folder here, the WebDriverIO. So copy this and move to this directory here. So now I am on the my project directory. So this is the blank folder I created. Now I'm going to run the WebDriverIO setup in this folder. So if we are using npm, then we need to run this command. Similar type, if we need yard or pnpm, then we need to run the corresponding command to initialize the WebDriverIO. So let me run this. And if we are not at the root location of the folders, like this is the root location in the command prompt, but if we don't have a root folder, then we need to run the command and pass the path of your project. Okay, so let me run now this because I am here my root folder. This command I copied, type here and enter. Now, okay to proceed? Yes. So after the okay to proceed, I click on yes. Now it is started installing the WebDriver IO, and it will create also the project. So this is the WebDriver IO logo. You can see here displayed. WebDriver IO, next gen browser and mobile automation test framework for Node.js. Okay, so WebDriver IO configuration wizard now started. So move up and down to reveal more choice. So there are multiple options are available, right? E2E testing, web or mobile, right? VS Code extension testing, which type of testing we are going to do. So I am going to select E2E testing of web or mobile applications. So click on here. So next question is asking, where is your automation backend located? So this is on local, this is on cloud, source lab, browser stack, in the cloud using testing bot. Okay, so this is the local. So we are going to run our tests and setup by local. So I click web application in a browser, mobile, and click this. So on which browser we want to run? Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Microsoft Edge. So I selected default one, that is a Chrome. Okay. Next, which type of framework I need? Mocha framework, Mocha with Serenity framework, Jasmine, Jasmine with Serenity, Cucumber, Cucumber with Serenity. So I'm just selecting this for Mocha. Next, TypeScript. Okay, do you want to use compiler? So no. Do you want WebDriver IO to auto generate some test files? So I can click yes. So it will create some sample file also. So enter. Now what should be the location of your spec file? So this is the location it's showing. So this is the default. So let's go default one. Do you want to use page object? Right? Just use yes. So it will create a page object, some template. Where are your page object located? So just go with the default page objects folder. Now, which reporters do you want to use? Press space, select. So as of now, I'm just going to use the spec. So let's go with the default. Rest, I will show you how we set up all these reporting later. So wait for utilities that provide functionality to wait for certain conditions. Let's go with the default. Do you add service to your test setup? Press space to select A, to toggle all, I, and to invert selection. So just go to default one. What is your base location? So I'm leaving just default. Later I will change. Do you want me to run npm install? Yes. It installing all the node modules. Okay, which are related to WebDriver IO. Based on be selected above, it is installing. Okay, so now here installation completed. You can see successfully set up the project at this location. Okay, so let's open this folder in the, and also it's saying to run the test, just use the npm run WDIO. So it will run all the tests which is created, sample test which is created. Click on allow. Okay, one test failed here after the execution. So now let me show you the folder structure. So you can see here one folder structure is created. So this is the packet.json file, WebDriver WDIO config file, test folder, node modules. Under the node modules, it install all the modules, all the node modules, right, which we needed in our test. This is the test folders where we can see pages object as well as the script file. Then we have a packet.json file. Here all the dependencies are added. Okay, here let me open the folder here in the Visual Studio Code. So this is the WebDriverIO folder. Select this. Okay, folder is opened in the Visual Studio Code. So this is the node module test folder, and this is the packet.json. So here in packet.json, it will need all the dependencies as well as we can add the script to run the test. This is the WebDriverIO.conf file. So this is basically configuration file of the WebDriverIO, which WebDriverIO used to run the test. Like we have capabilities, max instances, right? Capabilities where we need to run the browser. So there is multiple options here. We need to pass the base URL. It will automatically pick, wait for timeout, connection retry. So there are multiple options right here. This is the framework we are using, Mocha. So that's why here it's mentioned. And reporter, spec only using other reporter if we need. So that plugin need to include under the reporters. Okay. So this is basically configuration. There is also some hooks kind of thing before session on worker start. So there are some piece of code we can also write here in the config files. So this config file WebDriverIO used, and based on the details what we mention here, it will execute the test. This is the test folder where it will automatically created one test file and one pages object file. So this is the page object model initially we selected. That's why we can see here the sample of the page object model. Like here we have a login page file where element locators and as well as the function is created automatically. And then there is a pages files we have here, okay, which will need to include with the pages file, import in the pages files, right? Like this extends pages. This is the secure page, and the page is created. So two sample page object page is created here. And further we can use this in our test script. Okay, so if you want to run the test, so basically we need to just run the WebDriver. Go to the packet.json file. Here there is a command, right? WDIO. Open the terminal and run here command npm run WDIO. Okay, click on enter. You will see it will start running the test, but test will fail because our URL is a local URL that is not working. So you can see here I mention it mentioned here the local URL. So we need a valid URL as well as the test cases, then it will work. This is just simple test. Here if you want to run the test, just run npm run WebDriverIO command. Test is running. Okay, downloading Chrome driver. Chrome, this is the version, downloading the Chrome driver, right? Successfully. Now it's running the test. Test failed because we have local host URL. This URL is not correct. So in the next session, I will create some valid test, and then I will show you how we write the test cases and how we run the test. All those we will discuss in the next session. So this is only for the setup, the project for the WebDriverIO. Okay, let's meet in the next tutorial where we will learn how we create the WebDriverIO test.